Guys, it is so exciting to be making this video because it means football is very close. I am joined by my good friend Zach for a Bears-Lions preview. Really fast before we do get into this video, two things. We're both Bears fans, so we might be a little bit biased. And second off, unfortunately, Zach had a seizure, so he's got a little bit of a stutter right now. We want to let you guys know in advance. Just a little temporary thing. But yeah, Zach, thank you so much for still joining us.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
Dude, so football is, at the time of this recording, what, 5 days away? 4 days away?
Yeah.
I am so excited. You know, I think it's only appropriate that we start the season off against the Lions. And I want to get your take first off. You saw the schedule, you saw the Lions. What was your first thoughts?
If Mitchell doesn't start, I'm going to be upset.
Bro, you know Mitchell. Mitchell loves a game against the Lions.
Yeah, Mitchell's last game against the Lions, 29 for 38, 338 yards, 3 TDs.
I am very, very intrigued. I think this is unlike any year we've ever seen. In fact, like, I don't know about you, Zach, but it kind of felt like football season crept up on us. And I think a lot of that was because there was no preseason games. So the fact that we're going to see the Bears for the first time in 2020 and it's going to be week 1 is just wild. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm ready. I mean, there's some question marks that came out with like the injury report today for practices, but I mean, I think we'll be fully healthy and ready to go.
Fingers crossed again. I think everyone else, like you said, is just on there because of caution. Robert Quinn's the only player that I'm hoping, as the injury reports do, like Thursday and Fridays, hopefully he does participate in practice because we do need him. I think the first thing I want to address with you, because we haven't really talked about it yet, is the loss of Eddie Goldman, because that is a huge blow to our defense.
Yeah, it's gonna suck, but I mean, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's okay, but I just feel like we have enough. We did enough in the offseason with getting Quinn that we're able to fulfill that the best we can.
So again, I believe, guys, correct me if I'm wrong here, Nichols is going to slide over. He's going to start the nose tackle. Jenkins might come in as well. Now, Nichols was actually injured for a lot of the beginning of last year. I think he spent like the first 4 weeks on the injury report. So hopefully he can step up and, play really well there. When you look at the Lions, the first thing we have to talk about is Matthew Stafford returning. The Bears beat the Lions both twice last year and twice the year before that. But last year they didn't have Matthew Stafford. So that's obviously a totally different team when Stafford's healthy.
Yeah, and I mean, they added a couple guys. They added Adrian Peterson, who, I mean, if AP plays like Vikings,
AP, dude.
I know if he plays like Vikings against the Bears, AP, he's just gonna go off, unfortunately. And like, hopefully he doesn't have that much left in the tank for just this week. Hopefully, other games he's good, but not this week.
DeAndre Swift's another name that scares me. I didn't even, it's going to be really interesting to kind of see that Bears defense against the Lions offense. Again, I believe the game is in Detroit, right, Zach?
Yes.
Okay. Which doesn't really matter since there's no fans. I don't even know why that's like really brought up. Right now, I think the Bears are the underdogs and the Lions are the favorites. What are you looking at? When you look at that Lions defense, like you said, they lost Slay, they lost Snacks. What are your thoughts there?
I mean, I think the Lions, Patricia always likes defense. I mean, I think losing Slay is big time, and I think it'll hurt them, especially with Mitchell throwing to Allen Robinson and then Ted Ginn as well coming in. Like, the Bears are a lot different this year, honestly, on offense, even though we didn't add a ton of names. Yeah. But we now have a viable tight end in Jimmy Graham or Cole Kmet. So that is an option. You're going to have to focus on that, along with Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller, and Ted Ginn. So
Zach and I briefly talked about this before we recorded this, but the fact that David Montgomery is still recovering from his groin injury and we have not signed anyone scares the hell out of me. I just have this fear of, God forbid, if Montgomery doesn't play running the ball, Tariq Cohen and Cordell Patterson, that not working, and then us having to rely on throwing the ball when the Lions know all we can do, like all we're going to be able to do is throw. So hopefully Montgomery does play. Like you said, the Lions defense, they're always, I don't know. It's so unique here because I feel like we always play the Lions later on in the year. Like we don't play them until almost like Thanksgiving time, and then we play them twice in like exactly in a span of like 4 weeks. So to get them early on, they were really, really, really underrated last year. Like last year, when Matthew Stafford was healthy, they were a very good team. You watched that game against Kansas City where they took KC down to the wire. So this is not going to be an easy game. I'm very, very excited. Now, when we flip things and look at the Lions offense, what's the first thing that stands out to you besides Matthew Stafford?
Kenny.
Yeah, I know. He scares the hell out of me, dude.
I mean, it helps that we have Fuller and then Eddie Jackson in the back, and then we also have Tashawn Gibson as well, who should help out a lot in secondary. I'm worried like if we can't stop the run early on.
Yeah, I know.
Without Eddie and like Akeem, like I don't know how healthy Akeem is gonna be. Like he should be fine. That's what the injury report said. He should be all good. So it'll be good to see like how they've stayed in shape and like conditioned wise. And if we stop the run early on, then I don't see the Lions being able. They'll become one dimensional with the pass, with trying to find Kenny or somebody else. So hopefully Fuller, Jackson, and Gibson and then Jelon Johnson can get it going.
I think one thing that's really important, not just for the Bears Lions, but any game week 1, players are going to be rusty, especially with no preseason. Like there's going to be games where they're not too pretty. It's just a matter of just grinding out that week 1 win. I also don't you just love how the NFL throws all these divisional matchups week 1 as well? Like I think Green Bay and Minnesota play as well, so that should be fun. Is there anything else, Zach? What else are you looking at? Anything else?
The big thing that I mentioned before we started recording was Nagy said that this is Mitchell's game.
Okay.
People asked if Foles is going to be available, and Nagy said unless something unpredicted like an injury happens to Mitchell, which hopefully will not. He said this is Mitchell's first step in a huge opportunity over the first month of the season. And then I read further on, he goes, as long as he performs well, the first 4 games should be all Mitchell games, barring any injuries, because we played the Lions, the Giants, Falcons, and then Colts, who all ranked 24th or worse in opponent passer rating last year.
Wow. So yeah, like you said, a great opportunity for Mitchell to establish himself early in the season. One other thing where we haven't really talked about is the Bears kicking situation with Cairo Santos, with Tenero going on the IR. I don't know. I know Santos kicked for us for a bit. Does that worry you at all?
I mean, Santos, he was great. He had like 2 great years. Exactly. And I mean, I feel like once he as long as we don't, the first possession, we don't have him just go out there and take a 50-yarder. We get him going with like a extra point or like a 30-yarder, just to get his feet back under him. Then we should be good. I feel like.
I also think it's important to mention this game's in Detroit, so that helps. Chicago is a very difficult place to kick in. The weather conditions, the wind, it is not an easy place to kick in. So having the game in Detroit should help him as well. But yeah, Zach, thank you so much for recording with me, guys. Again, I will leave a link to him. Make sure you do check out his podcast, Bears vs. Lions, at 10 a.m. Pacific, I guess 12 Central Time, 1 Eastern Time. So yeah,
what's your score prediction?
Oh gosh, score prediction, I'm going to say 24-14 Bears.
I think it's going to be 23 to either 13 or 17.
Okay, so Bears. We're pretty much similar there. Again, we're both Bears fans, so what do you want us to say? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you guys do drop a like. Please make sure you guys do drop a subscription. And until next time, we will talk to you guys soon. Peace.